What's going on, guys? Fighting Game Selectors here. We are back again with my man's Diaphone. Diaphone, what's good?
What's good, everyone? I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Kizzie.
Which are the top 5 hardest characters in Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, so can we just start by defining hard? Who's hard to pick up, like at low level? Who's hard to like get master with, and who's hard to like win a tournament with?
Yes.
Is that kind of the vibe I'm getting?
Yes.
So like a combination of all three.
Yes, a combination of all three. Yeah.
Right? Like a character to me that's like easy to pick up, but like hard to win a tournament with is Kimberly, right?
Free.
Because Kimberly can like she has a lot of gimmicks that are very beginner friendly, right? Like you can just do slide or EX teleport, like things that carry you a lot, but high level, like people are really good at dealing with that. So like her, I don't know where I'd put because like on the one hand, I think she's like pretty, she can carry you a lot until you get to a certain point, and then it's like kind of same thing with Honda, right? Like Honda's like the easiest character for like a beginner, but if you're trying to win a tournament,
Yeah.
Honda's pretty tough to win a tournament with. I wouldn't consider Honda like just general vibes I get. I wouldn't consider Honda like a top 5 hard.
Nah,
right?
but Honda's
Even though he's
definitely
probably like top 5 hard to win the tournament with.
Yeah, but we have to give him like all three. You know,
Okay. Let's start with I think the most obvious one, which is Aki. I think this
Aki,
character.
yes. Oh my god.
It doesn't matter which one you're choosing, low, middle, high. Like this character's just hard. Like straight up,
Yeah.
like at low level, like she doesn't have anything super abusable to like just throw out. It may be Cruel Fate because you can like jump in and like B plus, but even then, like it's not anything that crazy. Like you can throw a fireball, but it's very susceptible to jumps, and her anti-airs are very situational. I actually think I'm like one of the people that actually believe in the character. I think the character is just extremely hard, and it's gonna take a while for people to like figure out the character. So for example, like when someone jumps at you, you have to calculate, like, I have 3 different anti-airs and they're all viable and they all work at different ranges, and you have to like think like right away which one do you do, and even that alone is very tough, whether they're poison, whether they're not, whether you get a jungle state with something that has more jungle points or not. Just so much to the character. So I think that character has to be potentially the hardest in the game.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, I agree with that. I think the normals are really hard to get by. Your frame data is really hard to get by. So you can't just kind of like skip your way. You can't skip steps, right? And then like the technicality of her is like very, very unique for her because everything revolves around poison. So you have to get there first and really get the your ball rolling. We got one. That's one character. We got our second character for me has to be Ryu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually think Ryu is actually pretty rough. A lot of people say like, yo, he's easy to pick up, you can win and things like that. But I think because of the game that he's playing in right now, I actually think not that easy. And his combo links are actually not as easy as everybody, says. Like, obviously you do like the drive press, blah, blah, blah. But, in terms of everything else, definitely not an easy character to just pick up. I would say Luke is actually the easy character to pick up. Everybody back in the day was like, yo, man, if you want to start the game, Ryu and Ken. I actually don't think that it's just Ryu and Ken this game. I think it's Luke. Like, I think Dinja setups is really hard to remember as well. So I feel like he has a lot of things going for it. And also like, again, like his normals, like you don't have abusable normals that are like, really good. So I also think he's hard to win at high level too. Cause like everybody else is doing like crazy beat, like bull. And like, JP got portals and things like that. My man Ryu got Tatsu. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so I kind of get that vibe. I think it's more of like you don't have bull to kind of carry you.
Yeah.
More high level. Like you have to play straight up, and like even as a beginner player, like I think Ryu is good because he teaches you like the fundamentals of the game, but it's hard to like pick up Ryu and win as compared to like Ken or Luke, because Ken you have abusable normals, you have H Dragon Lash, you have Fireball Drive Rush, you have things that like carry you a lot easier than Ryu, I think. And then at high level, I think he's actually like a little underrated. In my opinion, we just don't see Ryu because Ken is basically a better Ryu, right? Luke is just a better Ryu. So I think like the difference in strength between like Ken and Ryu is not that much, but it's still enough that like high level players aren't gonna pick Ryu over Ken.
Right. Like I also think learning fundamentals is also hard for a new player. So that's why I also put him there. It's like, you're learning fundamentals, which is hard, and then you gotta apply it to matches where everybody's like flying with dragons and shit. It's also hard,
So I will propose, I think you might have a hot take on, or you might have an opinion on this, but I actually think Jamie is bottom 5 too.
Nah, I'm on board on that. That was the second. I picked Ryu because I was like, I think he's going to pick Jamie, so I let him have the Jamie pick.
That's
but
fair.
I'm going to pay. Jamie is actually one of the hardest characters to play.
I don't think the character's very good. I personally think James is the worst in the game.
I don't think that.
Who do you think's the worst?
I think who's the worst for me is like Manon.
Oh, okay. I can see it. A lot of people don't think she's good. So, but yeah. Anyways, I don't think James is very good. But even like at low level, I think there's like a couple things that are pretty abusable with him. Like you could do low forward and the Rekka, or you could throw out like a random palm. So I don't think he's like the hardest to learn at low level. But as you start getting more and more, like going up the tiers, like mid-level, you have to memorize what all the drinks do, and all the combos that go with the drinks. And he has a lot of different combo routes, a lot of different tech depending on how many drinks you have. I think that could be a little hard. And then at high level, again, like I think just the lack of strength of the character, the fact that this character relies a lot on neutral but doesn't have the strongest neutral, and the characters that have neutral like Guile, for example, where you can just even if you get the hit on Guile, you get that lucky jump. Most characters, they get the lucky jump, they steamroll. Jamie gets the lucky jump, you get a drink and you go back to neutral, or you go drinkless and you're playing half a character.
You're doing less damage actually too. You're doing
exactly.
He does 90%. So the reason why I think he's hard at low level is because also changes when he levels up. So like his jab changes naturally, right?
Yep.
If he has one drink. So I think that's hard naturally.
Yeah.
Because, they have to try to like get that and like they mash and stuff. So like you don't have a dive kick and things like that. So that's why I think he's actually like he's kind of hard just because you're locked to a lot of things, and then like you're doing less damage too.
And the thing is, the drink moves are so good that you just can't ignore them, right? Like oftentimes, like if your character has extra moves, you can say, "Oh, don't use those and do the good stuff." But the good stuff is the stuff.
Exactly. So that's why I think he's so hard. And then as he gets higher level, it gets harder for him. So like it gets worse and worse and worse. So I think he's definitely the third hardest character.
So I have one more in mind. So I think Dhalsim is top 5 hardest.
Ooh,
so
yes.
I think he's super unorthodox. I think he's the hardest character to pick up as a beginner, like even harder than A.K.I, because the game plan changes a lot depending on who you play. You have to use a lot of the different tools. Like even A.K.I, at least you can do like fireball, drive, rush in. But Dhalsim, you have to use all of his tools to be like effective even at like a mid level, like you're progressing through the ranks. And I think he's one of the most unpopular. Like if you just look at CFN statistics, one of the most unpopular characters. There's a couple people that pick him at high level and they do well, but it's only those couple people. Yeah, it's rare, right?
Yep.
And I think the results kind of speak for themselves on this too. Zoners, I think, in this game are a lot harder to play than turn your brain off, drive rush, and H Dragon Lash kind of characters.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I like that take. The last character, I think, and I don't know if you agree with this. I don't know if you're on board. I think DJ's will be my 5th choice.
Nah,
no. So hear me out. Charged characters are not that popular, and if it is, they have to have a spammable move. DJ don't have a spammable charge move that is like I'm low level and I'm just like but boom boom boom, just having fun, right?
Yeah.
As you progress, it does get harder because when you want to use all of DJ's movesets, it is overwhelming
for your opponent.
It's very overwhelming for both players, right? At the higher level, it does get easier. It gets way easier. But because you're going to be fighting with other gladiators, all the other characters that are also really good, it's also hard for him too.
See, the thing is, like,
I picked him specifically because learning him when you pick him up, he's not as easy to get into because you have you have to learn the charge and things like that. You can't just headbutt. You can't just block a ball, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and then as you get good, you have to use all of his movesets to bring out the strength of the character, which is also overwhelming. Not saying that for the work that you put in, it's a great payout.
I think he's bottom 5 hardest for beginners to learn, right?
Yes.
Because like you said, there's a lot of different tools to use. Even like drive rush jab. You don't want to teach a beginner, all right, the first thing you should do is drive rush jab, right? You want to teach them like a little bit more fundamental based, or like, hey, do this move a lot, spam this move kind of thing. And I think like the gameplay isn't very straightforward for beginners, and you have a lot of combos to learn. You have a lot of things to learn with the character. But I think DJ's is too good of a character to be like hard to win with at top level. and it's like you don't know what to do with the character. All right, drive rush jab. Like
Yeah,
like I don't think the flowchart's like crazy hard that he's like top 5 at high level to.
Well,
to win with.
who would be your fifth?
Yeah, so I gotta think. I gotta
See, the
bring up
fact that you have to
character
think.
list for a while.
See that means that I'm right then. That
I know
means
it's not
he
DJ
might,
though.
Look,
That's
he
the
might
thing.
be the best fifth. He might be the best worst fifth.
Ooh, I actually am thinking Zangief. I'm
See,
thinking
no,
Zangief.
Zangief is definitely easy low level, bro. Lariat, 3 buttons, 2-button lariat.
That Lariat's trash in this game.
It's not about trash or not. It's
It
about
just gonna cross you
at
up.
high level it's trash. But when we talking about low and mid level, it's definitely not trash.
Lariat anti-air, it's 2 buttons, but half the cast has a 1-button anti-air. Like,
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not, dude. Mashing SPD at low level, bro. You randomly command grab them 50, bro. Grapplers at low level are the best characters in the game. You can't disagree with that.
nah. Bro, you're telling me a low level like Honda player versus a Geef, like, well, what's the Geef gonna do? They're gonna try
Drive
SPD, they're
impact.
just gonna keep
Drive
getting
impact.
headbutted.
Drive impact.
Every character has that though. Maybe the character's not bottom 5 at low level, but this character is easily bottom 5 high level, right? Like, I don't think he's very strong. I think he's bottom 5 in the game tier wise, right? And the fact that, like, if you just like, yeah, Snake Eyes won a CPT, like Snake Eyes is the GOAT. He did really well, but did you see how hard he had to work? He had to walk down JP for like 99 seconds, bro. He's just slowly inching his way forward. It was parry everything.
It was definitely a struggle, but that's the only hard part at the level, is at the highest level right there. But if you want to compare all 3, I would say that DJ fits that criteria and Geef does not. Only if you have the all 3, bro. That's
I think the comments need to let us know this. Comments, what do you think?
Yeah.
Upvote is it DJ or Zangief?
Yeah, we can leave it to the comments. I mean, all comment players are gonna be like, "Yo, Zangief free," but all the comments are gonna be like, "Who experienced?"
Oh my god! All the comment people know what's up.
With the comment people, who went through trauma, learning fighting games, they're gonna all be like, "Nah, Geef broke it." You guys let us know. But that is our thought. That is our 5.5. Okay, but you guys let us know in the comment section below how you guys feel. I had a pleasure of talking with Diaphone, and again, Diaphone, I'm gonna ask you again, where can they find you, bro?
Of course, Diaphone _ YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I do fighting game stuff. Check me out, and thanks for having me on, Kizzie.
Likewise, man, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's all fun and games, and you know, it's okay when we all have our differences of the fifth domingo, you know. But it was always fun. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be seeing you guys next time.